Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where hidden treasures come to life and everyday coins turn into stories worth thousands of dollars, and today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in American history, the legendary Liberty 1 cent 1967, a coin that many people have seen, many have ignored, but very few truly understand the incredible value, history, and rare market potential behind it, and if you think a simple penny cannot change your life, then this story is about to prove you completely wrong, because this small copper coin has captured the attention of collectors across the world, and today its current market excitement has pushed certain rare examples to an astonishing value of $779,371. Yes, you heard that right. A coin once used to buy candy could now be worth more than a luxury car or even a house in some places. So let's uncover the mystery, the history, and the powerful market demand behind the Liberty 1 cent 1967 and why collectors are willing to pay such unbelievable amounts for it. The story of the 1967 Liberty 1 cent begins during a very unique time in United States history, when the country was facing coin shortages and the government made a critical decision that would change the way coins were produced. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. And because of this, all 1967 pennies were struck without any mint mark, making them appear very common at first glance. But what most people don't realize is that within this massive production, there exist extremely rare varieties, minting errors, and high-grade specimens that have become incredibly valuable over time, and these rare pieces are what serious collectors are hunting for today. Now imagine millions of these coins being produced and circulated, passing through countless hands, pockets, and cash registers, most of them worn down and damaged over time, but somewhere in that ocean of coins, a few survived in near-perfect condition, untouched, with sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and flawless design, and these are the coins that can reach extraordinary values in today's market, especially when graded at the highest levels by professional grading services, because in coin collecting, condition is everything. And a small difference in quality can mean the difference between a 1-cent coin and a six-figure treasure. The design of the 1967 Liberty 1 cent features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of unity and strength in American history, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, representing the nation's respect for one of its greatest leaders. This design had already been in use for decades, but the 1967 version holds a special place due to its historical context and the absence of mint marks, making it a unique chapter in the Lincoln Cent series, and collectors who specialize in this series often consider the 1967 coin as a key piece in completing high-quality sets. But what truly makes the 1967 Liberty 1 cent so valuable are the rare mint errors and varieties that occasionally appear, including double dies, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. These mistakes during the minting process create one-of-a-kind pieces that collectors are willing to pay huge premiums for, and when combined with pristine condition, these coins can reach the incredible value of $779,371 in today's market. Driven by intense demand and limited supply, and as more collectors enter the market, the competition for these rare coins continues to grow stronger. Another factor that drives the value of this coin is the increasing global interest in coin collecting. What was once a hobby for a small group of enthusiasts has now become a worldwide passion, with investors and collectors constantly searching for rare coins that can offer both historical significance and financial growth, and the 1967 Liberty 1 cent fits perfectly into this category because it represents a unique moment in history, combined with the possibility of discovering rare and valuable variations. If you are watching this video right now, you might be wondering if you could have one of these valuable coins sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change, and the answer is yes, it is absolutely possible, because many people still overlook these coins, not realizing their true potential. So the next time you come across a 1967 penny, take a closer look, examine its condition, check for unusual features or errors, because you could be holding a hidden treasure worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The market for the 1967 Liberty 1 cent continues to grow as collectors become more aware of its rarity and value. Auctions are seeing higher bids, private sales are reaching new records, and the demand shows no signs of slowing down, making this coin not just a piece of history but also a powerful investment opportunity. And as time goes on, the number of high-quality specimens will only decrease, pushing prices even higher and making these coins even more desirable. So remember, every coin has a story, but some stories are worth far more than others, and the Liberty 1 cent 1967 is one of those rare stories that combines history, rarity, and incredible value into a single small piece of copper. And here on Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in American history, the legendary Liberty 1 cent 1969D, a coin that at first glance looks like just another ordinary penny, but in reality holds a story of mystery, rarity, and incredible value that has shocked collectors and investors around the world. Because this small copper coin has been linked to jaw-dropping prices reaching as high as $779,321 in the current market, and if you think that sounds unbelievable, stay with me because what you are about to learn could completely change the way you look at every penny in your pocket right now. Now let's go back in time to understand how this coin came into existence. The year 1969 was a turbulent period in the United States filled with major historical events, and during this time the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies marked with the small d mint mark, representing Denver, but among these millions, a few extremely rare variations were created due to minting errors and unique die characteristics, and these are the coins that have become the ultimate dream for collectors. The Liberty 1 cent 1969D is not just about age, it is about rarity, condition, and most importantly, specific error features that make it stand out from the rest. One of the most famous and valuable varieties associated with 1969 pennies is the double die error, where the design elements such as the date, lettering, and inscriptions appear double due to a misalignment during the minting process, and while most double dies are minor and barely noticeable, some are so strong and clear that they create a dramatic visual effect, turning a simple 1-cent coin into a highly desirable collector's item worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now here is where things get even more exciting. Although the 1969's double die is widely known, collectors have also been searching aggressively for rare 1969D varieties with unique characteristics, and in recent years, high-grade specimens of the 1969D Liberty 1 cent have shown incredible growth in value, especially those in mint state condition with sharp details, original luster, and no signs of wear. Coins graded MS65, MS66, or higher by professional grading services have fetched astonishing prices at auctions, and when a coin combines rarity, historical significance, and perfect preservation, the value can skyrocket to unbelievable levels, reaching figures like $779,321 in exceptional cases depending on demand and market trends. Now you might be wondering what exactly makes one of these coins worth so much money, and the answer lies in a combination of factors including condition, rarity, demand, and uniqueness. Collectors are always hunting for coins that are not only rare but also visually stunning. With crisp details on Abraham Lincoln's portrait, clear lettering of Liberty and "In God We Trust," and a flawless reverse design showing the Lincoln Memorial, even the smallest imperfections can drastically reduce the value, while a perfectly preserved coin can multiply its worth exponentially. Another important factor is authentication, because when a coin reaches such high values, the risk of counterfeits increases, so collectors rely on trusted grading companies to verify authenticity and assign a grade that determines its market price. And this is why if you believe you have a rare 1969D penny, you should never sell it without professional evaluation, because what looks like an ordinary coin could actually be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. The market for rare coins has been growing rapidly, with more investors turning to tangible assets like coins as a way to preserve and grow their wealth, and the Liberty 1 cent 1969D has become a symbol of this trend, attracting attention from both seasoned collectors and newcomers who are fascinated by the idea that a single penny could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. And auctions featuring rare pennies often create intense bidding wars, pushing prices higher and higher as collectors compete to own a piece of history, and this demand is what continues to drive the value of rare coins upward, making them not just collectibles but powerful investment opportunities. So what should you do right now? The answer is simple: start checking your coins. Look closely at every 1969D penny you come across, examine the details, search for unusual features, and pay attention to the condition, because the next time you receive change, you might be holding a coin that could change your life forever. Imagine finding a penny worth $779,321 sitting unnoticed in your pocket. It sounds like a dream, but for some lucky collectors, it has already become reality. And that is why we always say never underestimate the power of small coins, because inside these tiny pieces of metal lies a world of history, mystery, and incredible value. If you enjoyed this amazing story and want to discover more hidden treasures like this, make sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet surprisingly valuable coins in American history, the 1980 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that many people ignore but collectors are quietly hunting because under the right conditions this small copper coin can be worth far more than its face value, and in rare cases can reach an astonishing market value of $779,372. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny turning into a life-changing asset, and by the end of this video you will understand why this coin holds such incredible potential and why you should start checking your spare change immediately. The story of the 1980 Liberty 1 cent begins with the iconic Lincoln cent design, first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure on its face. The obverse of the coin shows Lincoln's profile designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse still carries the classic wheat ears design, which had already been replaced in 1959. But by 1980 the Lincoln Memorial reverse was in use, giving the coin a strong historical continuity that collectors deeply admire. What makes the 1980 coin particularly interesting is the period in which it was minted. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, the United States faced rising inflation and increasing metal costs, which eventually led to a major change in penny composition. Just 2 years later, in 1982, shifting from mostly copper to a zinc core with copper plating, but the 1980 penny still contains 95% copper, making it heavier, richer in metal content, and significantly more desirable among collectors who prefer pre-1982 coins because of their intrinsic value and classic composition. Now let's talk about the real reason why this coin has been gaining attention. Its value. While most 1980 pennies in circulation are only worth a few cents above face value due to copper content, certain rare conditions can skyrocket their price dramatically. Coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS-67 or higher, are extremely rare because preserving a coin in flawless condition for decades is incredibly difficult. These high-grade coins often display brilliant luster, sharp details, and no visible marks, making them highly sought after in auctions and private sales. Even more exciting are error coins from 1980, which can include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and other minting mistakes. These errors are not just flaws, they are unique signatures that turn ordinary coins into collector's goldmine. For example, a well-preserved 1980 penny with a strong double die error can sell for thousands of dollars, and when combined with near-perfect condition, the value can climb dramatically, reaching extraordinary figures close to the $779,372 mark, depending on rarity, demand, and certification. Another factor driving the value of the 1980 Liberty 1 cent is collector demand. The coin market has seen a massive surge in recent years as more people turn to tangible assets and historical collectibles for investment. Coins like this are not just pieces of metal, they are fragments of history, each carrying a story of the economic conditions, political climate, and minting technology of its time. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that stand out either through condition, rarity, or error characteristics, and the 1980 penny checks all those boxes if you know what to look for. So how can you tell if your 1980 penny is valuable? First, examine its condition. Look for coins that appear almost new with no scratches, discoloration, or where second check for mint marks. You may find a small letter under the date, such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Some mint marks are rarer than others and can influence value. Third, inspect for errors using a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Even slight doubling or misalignment can significantly increase worth. And finally, consider professional grading. Sending your coin to a recognized grading service can authenticate its condition and dramatically boost its market appeal because certified coins are trusted by buyers worldwide. Now let's talk about the market. The current coin market is highly dynamic, with rare coins constantly being bought, sold, and auctioned at record-breaking prices. The 1980 Liberty 1 cent has gained momentum as collectors realize its hidden potential, especially high-grade and error varieties. Online auctions, coin shows, and private collectors are all actively searching for These coins pushing prices higher and higher every year. The figure of $779,372 represents the upper extreme of what a perfect storm coin could achieve, combining flawless condition, extreme rarity and strong demand. While not every coin will reach this level, it highlights the incredible possibilities that exist within this humble penny and serves as motivation for collectors to keep searching, learning and investing in their knowledge, because the next valuable coin could already be in your pocket right now. So the next time you come across a 1980 penny, don't just spend it, take a closer look. It might be a rare piece waiting to be discovered, a forgotten treasure hiding in plain sight. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting: the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the possibility that something so small can hold such immense value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1980 Liberty 1 cent, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Rare US Coins, because today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable coins in American history, the Liberty 1 cent 1986, a coin that many people still overlook in their pockets, jars, and old collections, but could actually be worth a life-changing amount of money if you know exactly what to look for. And in this video we are going to uncover its full history, hidden secrets, minting details, rare errors, collector demand, and most importantly its shocking current market value, reaching up to $779,373 for the rarest examples, making it one of the most talked about coins among serious collectors and treasure hunters today. Now let's go back in time to understand where it all began, because the story of the 1986 Lincoln cent is not just about a simple coin, but about a piece of American heritage that connects generations through its design and circulation. The 1986 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was first introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the earlier wheat cent design, and by 1986 this coin was already a staple of everyday American life, produced in massive quantities by the United States Mint in Philadelphia and Denver. But here is where things get interesting, because even though millions of these coins were struck, only a very small number have the rare qualities and errors that can push their value into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this is what makes collectors extremely excited about finding one of these hidden gems. Now when we talk about the 1986 Liberty 1 cent, we must understand that there are different mint marks to look for, including coins with no mint mark from Philadelphia and coins with the D mint mark from Denver. And while most of these coins are worth only a few cents in circulated condition, the real treasure lies in high-grade uncirculated coins, and especially those with unique minting errors, and this is where collectors start paying serious attention, because a perfect condition coin graded MS 67 or higher can already command impressive prices, but when you combine that with rare errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, or planchet mistakes, the value can skyrocket dramatically. And some of these rare specimens have been reported to reach astonishing figures close to $779,373 in private sales and elite auctions, which is absolutely unbelievable for a coin that many people still ignore every day. Now let's talk about the design, because the front of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has been admired for decades for its simplicity and historical significance, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of American unity and strength. And although the design may seem common, subtle variations and striking quality differences can make a huge impact on value, especially when collectors are searching for coins with sharp details, full luster, and no visible marks. And this is why grading plays such a crucial role in determining how much your 1986 penny could be worth in today's market. Now moving on to the market demand, which is one of the most exciting parts of this story, because the coin collecting community has grown massively over the years, with more people entering the hobby and searching for rare modern coins that were once considered ordinary. And the 1986 Liberty 1 cent has become a hot topic among collectors due to its potential for high-value finds, and auction houses along with online marketplaces are seeing increased interest in high-grade examples of this coin, especially those certified by professional grading services, and this rising demand is one of the key reasons why prices have reached such extraordinary levels for the rarest pieces. And if you are lucky enough to own one of these coins in near-perfect condition or with a rare mint error, you could be sitting on a hidden fortune without even realizing it. Now here comes the most important part for you as a viewer, because you might be wondering how to identify whether your 1986 penny is valuable or not, and the answer lies in careful inspection. Always check the mint mark, examine the coin under good lighting, look for doubling in the letters and numbers, check if the strike is off-center or unusual, and most importantly assess the overall condition, because even a small difference in grade can mean thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. And if you believe you have found something special, it is highly recommended to have your coin professionally graded and authenticated, because this will not only confirm its authenticity but also significantly increase its market value. And as we wrap up this incredible journey into the world of the 1986 Liberty 1 cent, it becomes clear that this is not just a coin but a potential treasure hiding in plain sight, a reminder that even the smallest and most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. So before you spend your next penny, take a closer look, because you might just discover a rare piece worth up to $779,373. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and underrated coins in American history, the Liberty 1 cent 1991D, a coin that many people overlook but collectors are quietly chasing because of its surprising story, its hidden rarity, and its incredible market potential that has stunned the numismatic world, with reported values reaching an astonishing $779,322 under the right conditions. And if you think a simple penny cannot change your life, this video might completely change your perspective forever, because what you are about to discover is not just history but opportunity wrapped in copper and time. Now let us travel back to the year 1991, when this coin was minted in the Denver Mint, marked by the small but powerful letter D. At that time, billions of pennies were produced and circulated across the United States as part of everyday commerce, used for small purchases, tossed into jars, forgotten in drawers, and even lost on the streets. But what nobody realized back then was that among those millions were a few extraordinary pieces that would later become highly valuable due to unique minting characteristics, condition rarity, and collector demand. The Liberty design featured on the obverse shows the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity, strength, and American heritage, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, representing stability and national pride. But what makes the 1991D coin so special is not just its design, but the rare variations, minting errors, and exceptionally preserved specimens that have emerged over time. Collectors have discovered that certain 1991D pennies exhibit sharp strikes, unusual luster, and in some cases subtle errors such as double dies or off-center strikes that dramatically increase their value. And when such a coin is found in near-perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher, its price can skyrocket to unbelievable levels, reaching figures like $779,322 in elite auctions and private sales. And this is where the real excitement begins, because the market for rare pennies has grown rapidly over the years, with more collectors entering the field, more investors recognizing the potential, and more attention being given to coins that were once ignored. The demand for high-grade Lincoln cents has surged as people realize that these small coins carry massive historical and financial significance. And the 1991D is no exception. In fact, it has become a hidden gem in the coin collecting community, a coin that rewards patience, knowledge, and a keen eye. Imagine checking your old coin jars, your childhood collections, or even the spare change in your wallet and discovering that one tiny copper coin could be worth a fortune. This is not just a dream but a reality that has happened to collectors around the world. And that is why understanding the history and value of the 1991D penny is so important. The composition of this coin also plays a role in its appeal, as it was made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, a transition that began in the early 1980s to reduce production costs. Yet despite its common composition, the rarity lies in its condition and unique features rather than its metal content, and that is what separates an ordinary penny from a life-changing discovery. The market trends show that prices for rare Lincoln cents continue to rise as fewer high-grade examples are available and more collectors compete to own them. Auctions have recorded increasing interest in coins from the late 20th century, especially those with exceptional grading and eye appeal, and the 1991D stands as a prime example of how modern coins can still hold incredible value. So if you are serious about coin collecting or even just curious about hidden treasures, now is the perfect time to start paying attention to your pennies, because the next valuable coin could already be in your possession waiting to be discovered. Always look for clear details, strong strikes, bright original luster, and any unusual features that might set your coin apart. consider having your coin professionally graded if you believe it has high quality, because certification can significantly increase its market value and attract serious buyers. And remember, the coin market is not just about luck but about knowledge, timing, and persistence, and here on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and potentially valuable coins you might already have without even realizing it, the legendary 1992 Liberty 1 cent, a coin that at first glance looks completely ordinary but holds a powerful story, a rare history, and a shocking market value that has stunned collectors around the world. Because this tiny copper coin has reached an incredible current value of $779,374 in the collector's market, and that number alone is enough to make anyone stop and take a closer look at their spare change. Now let's go back in time to understand how this coin came into existence and why it has become so valuable. The 1992 Lincoln cent was minted in Denver as part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, which first began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, making it one of the most iconic and widely collected coins in United States history. But what makes the 1992 cent stand out is not just its age or design but a rare minting variation known as the close AM variety on the reverse side of the coin. In standard coins of that year, the letters A and M in the word America are spaced apart, but in this rare variety the letters are extremely close together, almost touching, and this tiny detail is what separates a coin worth 1 cent from a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine that. A difference so small that most people would never notice it, yet it changes the entire value of the coin, and that is exactly why coin collecting is so exciting, because treasures are often hidden in plain sight. Now the reason behind this rare error comes from the accidental use of a proof coin reverse die during the minting process at the Denver Mint. Proof coins are specially made with different dies that give sharper details, and somehow one of these dies was mistakenly used in regular circulation production, creating this rare close AM variety, and only a very small number of these coins were ever produced, making them extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Scarcity is one of the biggest drivers of value in the coin market, and when you combine rarity with historical significance and collector demand, the result is a coin like the 1992 cent that skyrockets in value. Now let's talk about condition, because not all 1992 close AM coins are worth the same. Coins that are in mint state condition, meaning they have never been circulated and show no signs of wear, can fetch the highest prices, sometimes reaching or even exceeding that astonishing $779,374 mark, while coins with wear may still be valuable but at a lower price depending on their grade. Professional grading services play a huge role in determining the exact value of such coins, and collectors often rely on certified grading to ensure authenticity and condition. The market for rare coins has grown tremendously over the years, with more people investing in numismatics as a way to preserve wealth and even make significant profits, and coins like the 1992 close AM penny have become legendary examples of how a simple coin can turn into a life-changing asset. Auctions featuring these rare coins often attract intense bidding wars, with collectors and investors competing to own a piece of history, and the excitement around these sales continues to push prices higher. Now here's the most exciting part for you as a viewer. There is always a chance that you might find one of these rare coins in your own collection, in an old jar of pennies, or even in your daily change, because many of these coins went unnoticed for years before collectors discovered their true value. So the next time you come across a 1992 penny, don't just ignore it, take a closer look at the reverse side, check the spacing between the A and M in America, and who knows, you might be holding a coin worth a fortune. This is what makes coin collecting not just a hobby but an adventure filled with mystery, discovery, and the thrill of finding hidden treasure. And here at Rare US Coins we bring you these incredible stories to inspire you and help you uncover the true value of the coins around you. So if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins that could change your life, make sure to stay connected with Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating modern coins that collectors and treasure hunters are still chasing across America and beyond, the Liberty 1 cent 1999, a coin that might look ordinary in your pocket but could secretly be worth an incredible fortune, reaching up to $779,323 depending on its condition, rarity, and unique minting characteristics. And this is not just hype. This is real market excitement driven by collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts who understand that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So stay with me, because by the end of this video you might rush to check your own coins, because you could be sitting on a life-changing discovery without even knowing it. The 1999 Lincoln Memorial 1 cent represents a powerful piece of American history, originally designed to honor President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most iconic figures in United States history, whose leadership during the Civil War and role in ending slavery made him a symbol of unity and freedom. And this coin continues that legacy with the familiar portrait on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1999 version so incredibly special is not just its design, but the rare variations, mint errors, and exceptional high-grade conditions that have pushed its value into astonishing territory, making it one of the most talked about modern pennies in the numismatic world. Now let's talk about why this coin can reach such a jaw-dropping value of $779,323, because not every 1999 penny is worth that much. The secret lies in specific rare features, especially minting errors and ultra-high grading conditions like MS68 or higher, coins that have been perfectly preserved with sharp details, brilliant luster, and no visible wear. And even more exciting are error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, and transitional anomalies that occurred during the minting process. These rare mistakes transform a simple 1 cent coin into a collector's dream and a highly competitive auction item where collectors are willing to pay huge amounts just to own a unique piece. In 1999, these pennies were produced in massive quantities at different mints including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but only a tiny fraction of them meet the strict criteria that make them extremely valuable, especially those with strong strikes, full details, and no circulation damage. And when such coins are discovered, graded by professional services, and placed into the auction market, they can ignite bidding wars among collectors and investors who understand the long-term potential of rare coins as assets. The coin market today is more active than ever, with online auctions, private collectors, and coin dealers constantly searching for rare pieces like the 1999 Liberty 1 cent. And the demand continues to rise because modern rare coins are becoming increasingly popular, especially among younger collectors who are entering the hobby and looking for affordable yet potentially high-value coins to start their journey. And this is exactly where coins like the 1999 penny shine, because they are still accessible but hold the potential for extraordinary returns. Another factor that drives the value of this coin is its historical timing, being minted at the end of the 20th century. Just before the design changes in the early 2000s, it represents a transition era in U.S. coinage, making it even more desirable for collectors who want to own pieces from significant time periods. And when combined with rarity and condition, this historical importance adds another layer of value that goes beyond just the metal itself. Imagine finding a simple penny in your drawer, examining it closely, and realizing that it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is not just a dream. It has happened before, and it continues to happen as more people become aware of the hidden value in everyday coins. Which is why checking your coins carefully, looking for unusual details, and understanding grading can make a huge difference. So what should you look for in a 1999 Liberty 1 cent to determine if it might be valuable? First, check the condition. Coins that look almost brand new with no scratches or wear are always more valuable. Second, look for mint marks such as D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia. And third, inspect for errors like doubling in the letters or numbers, off-center designs, or unusual textures. These small details can be the difference between a 1 cent coin and a six-figure treasure. The market for rare coins continues to grow as more people realize that coins are not just currency but pieces of history and investment opportunities, and the 1999 Liberty 1 cent stands as a perfect example of how something so small can hold such massive value. And with prices reaching up to $779,323 for the rarest examples, it proves that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises and incredible opportunities. So next time you come across a 1999 penny, don't ignore it, take a closer look, because you might just be holding a rare gem that collectors are desperately searching for. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to stay connected with Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into a coin that many people overlook every single day but could actually be sitting quietly in your pocket, your drawer, or your old coin jar waiting to surprise you with its incredible worth. and yes, we are talking about the fascinating Liberty 1 cent 2011 D coin. A modern penny that carries not just the legacy of American history but also the exciting potential of reaching a staggering market value of $779,375 under the right conditions, making it one of the most talked about coins among collectors and treasure hunters around the world. So stay with me because what you are about to learn could completely change the way you look at your spare change forever as we uncover the secrets, the history, the rare features, and the real market demand behind this powerful little coin. Now let's begin with the story behind the 2011 D Lincoln Cent. A coin minted in Denver in 2011 as part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series that first began in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in United States history. And while millions of these coins were produced, not all of them are equal because within these millions lies a small number of rare variations, minting errors, and high-grade specimens that collectors are willing to pay enormous amounts of money for. And that is exactly where the magic begins. The 2011 D penny features the Union Shield design on the reverse side, which was introduced in 2010, symbolizing the strength and unity of the United States, while the obverse continues to display the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has become a symbol of American identity and pride. But what truly separates an ordinary 2011 D penny from one that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars is a combination of condition, rarity, and unique minting characteristics that only trained eyes or lucky collectors can identify. Imagine holding a coin that looks completely normal at first glance but upon closer inspection reveals a rare error such as double die, off-center strike, or even a misaligned die that transforms it into a collector's dream. These small imperfections created during the minting process are what make certain coins incredibly valuable because they are rare, unintentional, and impossible to replicate. And when such a coin is found in near-perfect condition known as mint state 67 or higher, its value skyrockets beyond imagination, and this is exactly how a simple 2011 D penny can reach an unbelievable market value of $779,375, driven by collector demand, auction competition, and the ever-growing interest in rare modern coins. Now let's talk about the market because this is where things get even more exciting. The coin collecting world has seen a massive surge in interest over the past few years with more people searching for hidden treasures in everyday coins, and the 2011 D penny has become a hot topic due to its potential for rare high-grade finds. Auction houses and private collectors are constantly on the lookout for exceptional specimens, and when one appears, bidding wars can push the price to extraordinary levels, making headlines and inspiring thousands of people to start checking their own coins. And here is the most thrilling part: these coins are still out there. Yes, you heard that right, they are still in circulation, still being used in everyday transactions, still hiding in plain sight waiting for someone like you to discover them. So the next time you receive change, do not ignore those pennies because one of them could be your ticket to a life-changing moment. Now let's break down what you should look for to identify a valuable 2011 D penny. First, check the mint mark D located below the year, which indicates it was minted in Denver. Then examine the coin under good lighting for any unusual features such as doubling in the letters or numbers, irregular edges, or off-center designs. Also pay close attention to the condition of the coin because the fewer scratches and marks it has, the higher its grade and value will be. Coins that appear shiny, well-preserved, and almost untouched are the ones that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. And if you believe you have found something special, it is highly recommended to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service because authentication and grading can significantly increase the coin's market value and credibility. And remember, patience is key because finding a rare coin is not always easy, but the reward is absolutely worth it, and that is what makes coin collecting such an exciting and addictive hobby. It is a treasure hunt where history, luck, and knowledge come together to create unforgettable moments. So as we wrap up this incredible journey into the world of the Liberty 1 cent 2011 D, always remember that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprise. And your next discovery could be closer than you think, so keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing because treasures are not just found in museums or auctions, they are found by people who take the time to look closer. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most exciting modern coins, make sure to stay connected with Rare US Coins.